2024-0571-349. That was 2024-0107. That was a $3.5 million direct contract with the Jacksonville University College School of Law. I missed the ribbon cutting ceremony on that one. Okay, now your agenda, JE Board of Directors meeting. I just want you to look at board meeting minutes, February 25th. Here's my comments under public comment. John Nooney spoke to the board regarding the St. Johns River Accord and supporting public access to waterways. And let me just say, the River Accord, that was in 2006. I participated in that. And here's the pen from that ceremony. The River Accord, a partnership for the St. Johns, July 2006. The reason I bring that up, you go to any Waterways Commission meeting, that's all you're hearing about is the River Accord. As far as the rate increases, double them, triple them, Plant Vogel. When those guys come down, where are you going? Well, we're going to go to the River Accord Plant Vogel Public Park on Pottsburg Creek. It's Category 1 wetlands next to a FEMA house. And let me just say, the reason I'm here, there's legislation tonight before the Jacksonville City Council. It's the Port Authority, it's the JEA, it's 2025-0194. And you know what? It's the Fulton Cut. And you know what's next to that is Reed Island. Reed Island used to be under the City of Jacksonville Parks Department. And, we gave that away. The point I'm getting at is this resiliency thing. I'm in it 4 times. The biggest takeaway is that public access to our waterways in Duval County, Jacksonville, it's the worst ever. We're getting crushed. So anyway, I just want to read to you, this is, potential partners. And I go JEA, you're at the top of the list, the Port Authority, JTA, Northeast Florida Regional Council, FINE, Water Management District, Fish Wildlife Commission, Council on Elder Affairs, Environmental Protection Board, Resiliency, City Council, Brooks Rehabilitation, JSEB, PSG, Public Service Grant Council. So anyway, okay, I'm down to like 18 seconds. Well, let me just finish by just saying we're making a movie. It's going to be wicked. And, we have the ability to market, to the world. So let's tell the world, visit Jacksonville and respect JEA and what they're going to do for Pottsburg Creek.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Mooney.
you for listening.
Thank you. Next, we have Felicia Stringler. Felicia, are you here? I guess she left. Okay, no more. Next on the agenda, we have the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
So
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Electric, Waste and Sewer, Ted Phillips.
Good morning. Thank you. So we've been talking about this for several months. As you see the timeline, at last month's board meeting, we had our rate hearing, our public rate hearing, and here we are at the March meeting, and I'm here to respectfully ask for the board to adopt resolution 2025-08 and the attached tariffs. I'm here to answer any questions if you have any.
Super. Do we have a motion? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Council, Mr. Boylan, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a couple of comments. As Mr. Nooney just mentioned, 2025-194 bill is up for support tonight. The council, it was introduced as an emergency. This is the tri-party agreement between the city, JEA, and Jacksonville Port Authority. It was assigned to 4 different committees. It sailed through all 4 committees, so I fully expect it will be approved this evening. That's all I have, sir.
Thank you very much. And Ms. Vicky, the CEO report.
Thank you so much. In my report, I'm going to go over a lot of things. It's a big day of celebration here in a lot of ways for our employees. First, I'd just like to share that I was invited and honored to speak at the CEO conference of APPA, which was hosted up in Fernandina, and I was on a panel with the CEO of Lincoln Electric and River Falls Municipal Utilities. We were speaking about leadership and leading your team to excellence. Next, wanted to let you know that we did our annual presentations to the 3 rating agencies. They went very well. I wanted to thank General DeSalvo for attending those. That meant a lot to the team. As you recall, we recently got upgraded from Moody's from A2 to A1. And at those meetings, AJ Soto, our treasurer, spoke about our recent success in the bond market for the $533 million water wastewater deal we did. Next, Women's History Month is almost over, but we celebrated here on March the 11th. Our speaker was none other than Donna Orender from Gen Wow, and it was just a great time. Wanted you to know that here at JEA, 24% of our workforce are women, which is really good compared to 26% in general. So we are doing great. We recruit women and have been doing it through our apprenticeship program since the 90s. When we started our Women in Trades in 2022, and on the upper left, you will see our water women's team that competes at AWWA competitions, American Water Works. That team won first place for women, and they, if you put them together with all the male teams, they were second overall. The only team that beat them was our team, our men's team. So it was just a wonderful event, and thank you to Donna for speaking for us. Another thing to be very proud of, we have won the National Safety Council Award for 1 million hours of work without a lost time accident. And just a wonderful, wonderful thing for our people. Next, our Fulton Cut. I think if you haven't seen in the audience and the board members, we have on display in the back some information about raising the transmission lines for the port. We hosted an event on March the 6th for residents to learn all about it. We had contractor representatives there. It went very well, and we will keep that neighborhood informed and the community informed as we go along. Next, this is a source of great pride. During last year's hurricane season, our water department was called on to provide some mutual aid to Pinellas County. And Pinellas County got hit very, very hard. And that utility sent us a lovely plaque and a thank you note. Dear JEA team, from all of us here at Pinellas County Utilities, and on behalf of our family, friends, and neighborhood across the community, we wish to say thank you. Thank you for crossing the state to answer our call. Thank you for all the long hours and hard work. And thank you for being a great partner. We are here if you ever need us. And I would like to call Jackie Shield to the podium. And they sent us this lovely plaque, Jackie, which we will give you to put up at Pearl Street. And on the plaque, it reads, "Your dedication during this season was critical in helping us restore services and ensure the well-being of the citizens of Pinellas County." And I'd like Jackie to introduce the leaders of that team that went.
All right. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you, board. Appreciate the opportunity and the recognition of our great team. Very proud, honored, and blessed doesn't even begin to describe our workforce and our work group. We can't do it without the folks that are there with boots on the ground. Kyle Schottler, which has daily calls with Floor Warm, which is the agency that we work through with our other local utilities within the state. And also too, once the mutual aid is given, he does that one-on-one daily with the responding utility. And then we had water wastewater planner, Chris Sanders, which he does all the delivery and collection. So we sent water crews and sewer crews and Vector crews. And then on the treatment side of the house, the water wastewater reuse treatment, we have Mr. Roy which they are responsible for all your plants,
up.
your operations.
You
over the
guys
lift
come on up
stations.
front so we can see you.
And Mr. David Vining as well. Excuse me. They have E&I techs and mechanics. They're able to replace pumps, rewire. It's probably a little afraid
Roy's
to
coming
see
on
what all
up.
they can rewire to get the utility back and running.
Roy just walked right on up there. All right, these are the folks that make things happen. They were recovering from Helene, were extremely tired, extremely overworked, had not even got their services back in restoration when Milton hit. So the accolades that we can provide to get that community back up and running for their water and wastewater is just, beyond words to explain. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
I have to say, it's so great to recognize our water team. You know, those cowboys from the linemen, they get all the attention. I'm glad the water got some attention. Speaking of those cowboys, let's talk about the lineman rodeo, the FMEA lineman rodeo that was held February 28th to March the 1st. I think a video can say almost anything better than I can. So let me play this short video. It's going to play.
Perfect score. Total combined time 22-21. Team 106 from JEA. David Higgins, Caleb McAfee, and Cody Stuck.
JEA is part of FMEA. That provides us a lot of contacts for mutual aid should we need help. And we also help others in case they need help. So it really sets up that good brotherhood feelings. Each one of us helps each other out.
I mean, wow. I just have to tell you, if you've never been to a rodeo, you need to go. My husband and I went, and what I witnessed was not only excellence in their jobs, but I got to meet their families, their friends, people from other utilities, and they are just so great. It was just an honor to be there and working with these gentlemen. And if you haven't noticed, these are the trophies. And we're going to have Walt Hiscox come up and explain all the accolades that you received, Walt. And these guys are going to walk up too.
Yes, okay.
Thank you, Vicki, and thank you to the board for the opportunity to brag on our team a little bit. We always enjoy doing that. So my name is Walt Hiscox. I'm the Director of Electric Distribution at Westside Service Center. And it is my honor to introduce the competitors and talk about their accomplishments. But before I get into that, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that have a lot to do with this too. So I want to take a little bit of time to talk about our support staff and some of the judges. We have Jerry Creel, who's my counterpart at Southside Service Center, Jesse Ferraccio, one of the managers at Westside, also Cindy Randall, who helps us with all the travel and coordination of the hotels and whatnot for all this. And last but not least on the support staff would be Lisa Milam, who is truly the heart and soul of this group. So thank you for all that you do. Our judges this year, we have to send judges to, depending upon the number of people that we send to compete. And we get volunteers to do that this year. Dwayne Jacobs, Rhodey Mullis, Shane Bradford, Rocky Waldrop and Chip Cruz volunteered to do that. It's an important part of the process. Rocky and Chip are not here today because they are actually driving our equipment to California right now, because this weekend they will be competing at the APPA event in California. That's the national event, and I have no doubt in talking to some of the guys, we're going to bring home some more hardware from that too. So now on to the competitors. The apprentices, they compete individually. There were 7 different events that they compete with, and there were 77 apprentices at this event. They're coached by Scott LeFavor, who did an amazing job. I can't talk about Scott without also mentioning his wife, Robin, who, in addition to being a coach, they make sure that they're fed throughout the day, which is very important. Trust me, you don't want to be doing this on an empty stomach. But they do a great job. And then the apprentices themselves, we had Braden Castles.
Come on up.
Come on up,
You
guys.
guys come up.
Yeah. Braden Castles, Peyton Thompson, Austin LeFavor, Noah Sapp, who finished first place in the phase change event, Hunter Thomas, who finished second place in the Hurt Man Rescue and 4th place overall, and Ryan Cornegay. And give me some time here. This is a long list. Third place on the insulator changeout, 3rd place on the phase change, 2nd place on the faulted cable swap, 2nd place for safe work practice exam, and as you might imagine from all of that, he finished 1st overall. Yeah. So. And then we had our journeyman teams, Brandon Chance, Paul Bryant, and Daniel Shermer, as well as Cody Stokes, Caleb Maccabetus, and Davey Hicken. That team finished 3rd place in the arrestor and insulator replacement, 2nd place in the wire down, 2nd place in the Hurt Man Rescue, and they took home 1st place overall as well for a clean sweep for JEA. I want to thank the leadership team for allowing us to continue to do this year in and year out. It really does.
Wait, guys, you need a picture taken.
Oh,
Come back.
Hold on, guys.
Come back. Come back. You can't get off that easily.
I want to thank the leadership team, though, for supporting us, because we know without you this couldn't happen. And as Ricky mentioned, there's a lot of very good that comes out of this. So please join me in congratulating these guys on the great day.
And with that, I would like to congratulate Walt Hiscox and Jerry Creel. They were recently promoted to the level of director for all their fine work and all the people they supervise. Thank you. Thank you for the time, sir.
Thank you very much. It's an impressive group of individuals, and the men and women of the JEA every day make us so proud. And just want to say thank you for everything y'all do, and congratulations on being the top of the game. Appreciate it. At this time, Ted, if we give us the performance update.
Good morning again. It's my pleasure to do the corporate scorecard. Our engagement score has remained the same as we have. That does not get updated every month. Safety, we did have one lost time accident in February, but our scores still remain way below our benchmark, and we are still in the 1st quartile for the industry. The customer satisfaction, both the residential and commercial, neither one of them have changed, as residential came in December and commercial came in November. For our customer bills, we remain the lowest of the 9 metro areas that we survey against in Florida, keeping us in that 1st quartile. On business excellence, in the O&M spend, we are slightly under budget by about 4%. So this is due to, you know, being conscious and making wise decisions on our O&M spends. Our capital is about 20% behind where we have budgeted, but we always see as the spring comes in, uptick in that. So I think we will be much closer to that, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail about that during the financial summary. Also, our fuel is well above budget. And this is driven by a couple of factors. One was the cold January we had, and the fact that we had an unplanned outage in number 3 at Northside. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in the financial as well. On our other metrics, so our electric reliability, our SAIDI, we are at goal. And so we have, that has been moving in the right direction. Our clean energy composition, we're not quite there yet. We're at 15% with a goal of 16%, but we are getting closer to that metric as well. Water reliability, we are within our goal range, and also with our SSOs, we are within the goal range, and both of those last two have been moving in the right direction. And then technology availability, our goal was to be under 10, and we've only had one system outage, so that's very good. So overall, the scorecard looks very good for the month of February. Oh my gosh, you get me again. So we'll go through our monthly financial update. So as you can see on the electric system, many greens. So our base revenue is above budget, again, relating back to the colder weather back in the winter. As we spoke about just a moment ago, the fuel rate revenues are higher than projected, but this also offset with higher expenditures below. There again, that being due to the cold weather during the winter and the unplanned outage with number 3 at Northside. Our other revenues are up on the electric side. This was mainly due to the fact that we did not have to draw as much out of our rate stabilization fund as we were planning. And then on O&M, here again, we're under budget about 6%. We do think that those will get a little bit closer in line, but hopefully we will still remain a couple of percent under budget. Fuel and purchase power, again, the same as the fuel rate revenue above. Our debt service funding, this is a little bit lower than what we had anticipated. We had anticipated issuing some debt in 2025, FY25. Looks like we're going to be able to push that out into 2026. So we're just using our credit instrument with the banks to bridge us over that. Capital funding is right where we thought it would be. City contribution is running less than what we have budgeted, but that is due to the new agreement that y'all passed at the February board meeting. We're still waiting for the city to pass that on their side, and then that will level itself back out. Our non-fuel purchase power is slightly above. This again relates to a payment that we made to T again during that colder weather in the winter. And then our other expenditures, this is from the rate stabilization fund, not having to transfer quite as much out of that. So this is kind of a negative expenditure. So a contra expenditure. But overall, we are running a surplus of about $18 million in the electric system. So on our cost per megawatt, so you can see that our costs have gone up slightly from FY24 to FY25. $35.24 last year, $39 this year. Also, purchase power has gone up from just under $80 to just a little over $100. To give a little context to that number, the power that we purchase from Vogtle is about $173 a megawatt. And so if you were to back that out of the purchase power, the number would be $71.27. On our, so you can see we're projecting the O&M budget to be right about on target at 314 versus a budget of 315. On the capital side, the budget is 307, and right now we're projecting that to be right at 300. So very, very close in line with our budgets. And then you can see the cash and investments in the electric fund, slightly lower than they were last year, but you know, that is in preparation as we will in a few months go out to the bond market. On the water and sewer side, so right now, slightly below our budget on the revenues, and you know, this is not the time of the year when we make big money on revenues on water and sewer, but we think we will come into line with budget as the summer months and the watering season kicks in. Our capacity and extension, while still well above budgets, a little bit less than it was last month as far as being over budget, but we do still see that that number will probably be higher than budget, which is a good thing. You know, shows that our community is still growing. And that's a good thing. Investment income slightly higher than budgeted, positive on the higher interest rates has helped us with that. And then our other income on water is down about $1 million, and this relates back to the customer center at the old site where that building has now been fully depreciated out, and water was receiving revenue from electric on that. On the O&M side, slightly below budget here, pretty much where we wanted to be. On our capital funding, we are above, but that is reflective of a budget amendment done last month. And then our debt is less than what we have budgeted, but we did issue new money, as Vicki alluded to in her presentation, and we will catch up to some of those debt numbers throughout the year, but I think we will still remain within budget. Same story on city contribution, waiting for the city to approve that. And then, but overall, still seeing a surplus on water of just less than $3 million. On the water side, we're projecting that the O&M budget will be just slightly higher than the budgeted amount. Still in February, still have a few months. We will work to make sure that we don't go over budget in that area. And then on the capital side, slightly under budget there. On our cash and investments, you can see an uptick in the amount of cash, and that is related to the new money bond issue back in January. As far as our financial metrics go, we're in very good shape. Only one area of concern, and that is on our fixed charge coverage. We do think that this number will tick up with summer sales, the rate adjustment, and continue contributions from the rate stabilization fund, but we're going to be very close on that. 1.6 or slightly above or slightly below, but we're going to be in that neighborhood. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any question? Nope, seeing none. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
Just circling back, Felicia Stringler, who was called earlier for public comment, I understand she's here, would like to make her comment. Felicia? Please come to the podium. Thank you. You have 3 minutes. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
It's a little awkward. Okay. Hi, my name is Cora, actually. I'm Felicia's daughter. She basically wrote her card on behalf of me. I'm gonna do a quick introduction before I start. So yeah, I'm Cora Strigler. I'm 23 years old. I've been a Jacksonville resident since about probably 2007, and a JEA loyal customer probably since about 2019 when I was old enough to start paying my own bills, right? I went to Stanton College Preparatory High School, so go Blue Devils, and I graduated from the University of South Florida. I was a pre-nursing major, and then I finished up studying public health. So yeah, I've grown to love many aspects of the community of Jacksonville. You know, even when JEA had its original headquarters, right, on East Church Street, that huge tower building that we've all known to be a symbol, really, of Jacksonville, I would say. Excuse me. So to that point, JEA calls himself a community-based utility corporation, right? Since becoming their own independent authority back in 1967. And if you go on their website, their purpose or mission statement is that you guys are committed to improve the quality of life in the communities that you serve with the spirit that has united our business for more than 125 years. You guys are also considered a nonprofit who gives safe, affordable, and reliable electric, sewage, and water services to the community. And I guess my main questions that I want you to keep in mind over this are, have we forgotten the mission? Are you blind or indifferent to the stripes that your community faces right about now? And what spirit did your founders, the city of Jacksonville, have in 1880 when they initially started to provide the basic necessities that you guys do provide? So here are some metrics that kind of go through with this, and I will try to make it quick. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average hourly wage in Jacksonville, Florida specifically, is about $28.55 in 2023, which equates to a $59,000 salary per year. Now, the poverty line for a small family in Jacksonville is about $32,000, right? Meaning that family is not able to meet their basic necessities. So about 12.1%, that's about 200,000 out of the 1 million residents cannot afford to have or maintain their basic necessities on a secure basis. Now, I'm gonna beg for a time.
Short time.
I know. I'm gonna beg for an increase on that though. Anyways, so I'm mainly in here to oppose the consumer-funded $200,000 salary increase of your CEO, Miss Vicky. Now, that's not to say that she's not deserving, right, of that $200,000 raise, but I guess I just urge you to remember your mission before you impose a 10% increase on our prices. I could see if you would say, you know, it just costs more.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
To provide these basic services However, I just don't feel that a raise should be on the backs of the only people that you serve. And mainly, I just encourage JEA to continue to find and implement more resources for the million residents that you guys have, because you all have the option and the power to implement changes if you're consumers or if you guys are not happy with the budget. We do not have that option.
Thank you
Okay?
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, back on our agenda. Delivered Business Excellence Residential Efficiency Program, Dr. Westmoreland. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Charles Moreland, the Chief Customer Experience Officer, and I have Brian Pippin here with me. He's the Director of Strategic Customer Programs, and we're here to talk about the residential energy efficiency and conservation programs that we have. But before I get started, there are a few thank yous that I want to make sure that I share. One is that Elizabeth Polson, I gave her the charge to reach out to our partners and our community partners to get them here today. They come for a variety of events already. Senior Day was just this past Wednesday, and then I asked for them to come back today for our board meeting, and they all showed up. They all showed up, and really grateful for the partnership that we have with all of our stakeholders in our community that provide so many resources to help our citizens in their time of need. And you'll hear me talk more about it as we go through the presentation this morning. I also want to thank the hardworking team that we have. We have some amazing folks that really work hard to make sure that they are providing the best and efficient services to our customers each and every day, from our call advisors to the boots on the ground that are outside of the building. They do an amazing job, and I'm happy to be a part of the JEA family to be a support and a help and a colleague of theirs. So we'll get started. So with the passing of the rate adjustment, I want to spend a few minutes and talk about solutions that are available now and in the future to empower our customers to take control of their utilities. From the many incentives and service programs we offer, our customers can lessen and in some cases even completely avoid the effects of the rate adjustment. In addition, we strive to build community every day by being the connector of our customers to not only our utility programs, but also to the other important community partners that improve the quality of life of our residents by providing employment, shelter, transportation, and food services. A summary of these solutions I'm about to share will be available for all of those tuning in and communicated through JEA.com, our social media platforms, and other sources over the coming months. Our simple message is that JEA and our partners stand ready to empower our customers to control their utilities and other living expenses. So we'll dive in now. So here are our incentives to support the purchase of low-cost solutions like irrigation and spray nozzles. These are some of the incentives that JEA offers, to the higher cost solutions like HVAC replacement and everything in between. Our programs exist to incentivize the customer to choose the next best appliance, efficient appliance choice by offsetting the incremental cost to purchase. Our portfolio of incentives is comprehensive because our goal is to have a solution for every customer segment that we have the privilege of serving. We spend roughly about $4.5 million annually to incentivize nearly 15,000 JEA customers to install almost 40,000 energy and water saving appliances in their home. So the question that somebody may ask, go back to the slide, please. How do customers gain access to those programs? Well, the way they gain access to those programs is through JEA.com/rebate. It is there for them. It's a self-service opportunity for them. And then when we get to the end of this presentation, you'll see a QR code that will take you to a lot of information through JEA.com to help the customer gain access to these valuable resources. So what is the program impact next? Our customers are saving nearly 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools of water every day because of our water incentive programs overall. For example, our free water conservation kits, which we'll talk about later, has alone helped Jacksonville residents save over 500,000 gallons of water per day, which is more than 10 times the amount of water the average Florida resident uses in a whole year. As for energy,